The year is 2042. Dust-laden wind whipped through the skeletal remains of skyscrapers. Twisted metal and cracked concrete stretched toward the sky, monuments to a forgotten prosperity. The air, thick with the stench of decay and despair, carried whispers of a world on the brink. This was Earth, ravaged by ecological disasters, choked by the consequences of unchecked ambition. The once vibrant cities, now desolate wastelands, echoed with the ghosts of billions lost. Survival was a luxury few could afford. Amidst this wasteland, pockets of humanity clung to existence. Haggard faces, etched with hardship and hunger, spoke volumes of their daily struggle. Children, born into this desolate reality, clung to tattered toys, their eyes reflecting a wisdom far beyond their years. They had never known a world of blue skies and clean water, a world where hope was not a luxury, but a birthright. Yet even in the face of such despair, the human spirit endured. Within this desolate landscape, hidden deep within the ruins of a once great metropolis, a beacon of hope flickered. Dr. Alexia Petrova, her face etched with fatigue but her eyes burning with resolute determination, surveyed her cluttered lab. The air hummed with the low thrum of advanced machinery, a symphony of scientific endeavor amidst the silence of the ruined city. Blueprints and diagrams, covered in complex equations and scribbled notes, plastered every surface. This was her sanctuary, her battlefield against the ravages of time. The weight of billions rested on her shoulders, a burden she carried with stoic resilience. She understood the stakes, the potential consequences of her actions. Time, a fickle mistress, offered no guarantees. Success meant the salvation of humanity, a chance to rewrite their tragic fate. Sleep was a fleeting visitor for Alexia, often interrupted by nightmares of a past she was desperately trying to change. Vivid flashes of a world on fire, of loved ones lost in the blink of an eye, haunted her waking hours. The guilt, a heavy weight on her heart, was a constant reminder of her personal connection to the catastrophe that had befallen humanity. She remembered the warnings, the pleas of scientists ignored in the name of progress. The relentless pursuit of technological advancement, once hailed as the key to a brighter future, had paved the way for their downfall. Climate change, resource depletion, and unchecked artificial intelligence had combined in a perfect storm, leaving their planet teetering on the brink. The memory of her brother, a fellow scientist who had dedicated his life to finding sustainable solutions, was a constant source of both pain and inspiration. He had foreseen the disaster, had warned of the consequences of their hubris. But his warnings, like those of so many others, had gone unheeded. Now his memory fueled her determination, his belief in her abilities a guiding light in her darkest hours. In the heart of her lab, bathed in the eerie glow of ionized gas and pulsating energy fields, stood Alexia's masterpiece, the chronarium. A marvel of engineering and theoretical physics, it was a testament to her genius, a beacon of hope in a dying world. The machine, a complex assembly of superconducting coils, quantum processors, and temporal stabilizers, hummed with barely contained energy. Years of tireless research, countless failed experiments, and a healthy dose of desperation had gone into its creation. The chronarium was more than just a machine. It was the culmination of a lifetime's work, a physical manifestation of Alexia's unwavering resolve to atone for the mistakes of the past. The risks were enormous, the potential for disaster lurking around every corner. Alexia knew that tampering with the past was a dangerous game, one with unforeseen and potentially catastrophic consequences. The moment of truth had arrived. Alexia, clad in a radiation-resistant suit, stood within the chronarium's central chamber. The air crackled with anticipation, the hum of the machine resonating deep within her bones. Her heart pounded against her ribs, a drumbeat of fear and determination. Taking a deep breath, she initiated the launch sequence. The world dissolved into a blinding white light. Time seemed to twist in on itself, stretching and compressing as the chronarium roared to life. Alexia, caught in the maelstrom of temporal energy, felt herself being pulled apart, scattered across the fabric of space-time. She clung to consciousness, her mind rebelling against the impossible forces warping her perception. Then, as abruptly as it began, the light faded. Alexia found herself in a world on the cusp of change. The year was 2023, a time when humanity still clung to the precipice of its own destruction, oblivious to the impending doom. The air, though still laced with the telltale signs of pollution, held a clarity she hadn't experienced in decades. It was a bittersweet realization, a stark reminder of what they stood to lose. She had arrived armed with knowledge, a harbinger of a future they couldn't yet comprehend. Her mission to plant the seeds of awareness, to steer humanity away from the brink of self-destruction. But how does one convince a world drunk on its own progress that its very survival is at stake? As Alexia ventured further into this world on the brink, she was struck by a profound sense of dissonance. The technology, while advanced for its time, seemed almost primitive compared to what she was accustomed to. Navigating the social complexities of a bygone era proved more challenging than traversing the folds of space-time. Alexia, a ghost from a future they couldn't comprehend, had to tread carefully, her every action a potential ripple in the river of time. She knew that even the smallest change could have unforeseen consequences, altering the course of history in unpredictable ways. Her knowledge of future events, her understanding of the interconnectedness of their actions was both a blessing and a curse. She could see the warning signs, the seemingly insignificant decisions that would ultimately lead to their downfall. But intervening directly, altering the course of events too drastically, could create paradoxes, unraveling the very fabric of space-time. Alexia chose a subtle approach, working from the shadows to nudge humanity towards a different path. She anonymously leaked sensitive information, exposing corrupt corporations that prioritize profit over the planet's health. Years turned into months, months into weeks. Alexia, her mission nearing its end, felt the pull of her own time growing stronger. She had done everything in her power to alter the course of history, to guide humanity towards a future free from the mistakes of her past. But time, like a river, had a way of carving its own path. She could only hope that the changes she had set in motion would be enough. The world around her shifted, the familiar tug of temporal displacement signaling her imminent return. As she stepped back into the chronarium's chamber, she couldn't shake the feeling of unfinished business. Her intervention, while impactful, had come at a personal cost. The timeline, forever altered by her presence, had rewritten her own history, erasing the very reason she had embarked on this perilous journey in the first place. The world she returned to was not the desolate wasteland she had left behind. She was a stranger in a world she had fought so hard to save, haunted by phantom memories of a life that no longer existed. The guilt, once a driving force, had morphed into a dull ache, a constant reminder of her sacrifice. Her triumph was tinged with an inescapable sorrow, the bittersweet realization that some wounds, even time, couldn't heal. Alexia found solace in her work, dedicating her life to ensuring that the sacrifices made, both hers and countless others, were never forgotten. She became a historian, a chronicler of the near apocalypse that had been averted. She shared her story, not as a tale of heroism, but as a cautionary reminder of the fragility of their existence, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. Her lectures, filled with both hope and a sobering dose of reality, resonated with people from all walks of life. In the end, Alexia Petrova, the savior of humanity, remained an enigma, a figure shrouded in mystery and melancholy. Her actions had reshaped the world, yet her own story remained untold, lost in the annals of revised history. She became a silent guardian, a watchful protector, ensuring that the hard-won lessons of the past were never forgotten. The chronarium its purpose served stood silent, a monument to human ingenuity and the weight of choices made in the face of annihilation. It served as a reminder that the future, while malleable, was not to be tampered